The thing in the bed. Eliza's breath locked in her throat as her eyes adjusted to the dim glow of candlelight. What lay on the bed was neither fully formed nor entirely formless. It pulsed, its skin shifting between states, at times smooth and pale like stretched wax, at others rippling with the movement of things trapped beneath. The whispering grew louder, no longer scattered voices, but a singular entity speaking directly into her mind. "You have come far, Eliza, but you already knew you would." Her knees trembled, her hands curling into fists to keep from shaking. What are you?" she managed, though her voice barely escaped her lips. The figure on the bed twitched, its head lolled to the side, the face melting and reforming, trying on different features, different expressions. For a moment it looked like her father, then her mother, then her own face, contorted in silent agony. "I am Hollow House," it murmured, "and you have always been mine." A sudden force knocked her backward. The walls bled darkness, thick as ink, spilling onto the floor and creeping toward her in tendrils. The bed groaned as the thing rose, its elongated limbs bending unnaturally, its shifting face grinning too wide. The whispering turned into wails, screams layered over laughter. Eliza scrambled to her feet, heart slamming against her ribs. The air became oppressive, pressing against her like a living weight. Her vision swam. The room twisted. She ran for the door. It wasn't there. The thing was closer now, the room shrinking, folding into itself. The walls were no longer walls. They were faces, bodies, reaching hands and pleading eyes. The past residents of Hollow House, trapped, screaming without sound. "You cannot leave," the house whispered through them. "You were never meant to." Eliza clenched her fists. No, she wouldn't let this place consume her. Not like the others. She forced herself to focus, to push against the thick, suffocating weight of the nightmare. Her eyes landed on a mirror in the corner, its surface rippling like water. A way out. Summoning every ounce of strength, she lunged toward it. The mirror fought her, the glass turning to sludge as she pressed her hands against it. The thing behind her screeched, its limbs snapping forward, grasping, and then she was falling again. This time she landed on hard wooden floors. Cold air rushed into her lungs. She was in the grand hallway once more. But something had changed. The house was silent, too silent, and when she turned, she saw that the door leading outside, once lost in the impossible maze of the shifting house, stood open. A trick, a trap? She didn't care. She ran. The night air hit her like a wave, crisp and real. She stumbled down the porch steps, collapsing onto the wet grass. Hollow House loomed behind her, its windows dark, its presence still clawing at the edges of her mind. But she was free, or so she thought, because as she looked down at her hands, she realized they weren't quite right. Her skin was too smooth, her fingers too long, and when she touched her face, the contours felt unfamiliar. The house had let her go, but it had not let her leave the same.